We are dedicated to sustainable investments. So that means that we invest in different asset classes, equities, bonds, infrastructure, private equity, but always with integrating with a very strong conviction the environmental and social impacts in everything we do. So the company was launched about 10 years ago now. So there is a strong move in terms of renewable energy, for example, in all the Asian region, but also in terms of the evolution of agriculture, of food consumption, and also circular economy, and all the reshaping of the industry. So there are a lot of new technologies which are developed. And so this is very important because sustainable development is not only about avoiding risk, it's also about taking these opportunities. And this is exactly what we do in our portfolios. When we started to be in sustainable investment 10 years ago, we were a couple of pioneers in this market. And so it was very easy to distinguish who was doing something and who was not doing anything on this. Today, everybody is speaking about ESG. So that's the problem. It's more and more difficult to really distinguish the who are doing it very seriously and the one who are not doing it seriously. And this is the risk about greenwashing. So the way we avoid it is very simple. We explain what we have been doing these last 10 years. So it's a question of track record, it's a question of expertise. It's not like I'm just doing ESG with one people in one office. All our company has been built around this. So we are today a mission-driven company, and our mission is to develop a solution for our clients based on this philosophy. A couple of years ago, the question we had to ask was whether it was possible to combine responsibility and financial performance. But today, more and more, the question is prove that you have really an impact, an environmental and social impact, and that's a good question. So what we do is that we create our own frameworks, our own criteria. So for example, in terms of carbon footprinting, we have been developing for the last 5-6 years a methodology to measure carbon footprint, including all the impact, direct impact, indirect emissions, but also what we call avoided emissions. That means what the company is doing in order to avoid emissions in the future, like creating new technologies, for example. So we are doing the same thing today to measure the impact of companies on biodiversity and nature. We also measure impact of companies in terms of the social impacts, like diversity and inclusion, for example. Topic by topic, it's very important to develop methodologies which are really relevant for the investors.